Hello and good afternoon. You are back with the crew. Thank you so much. As you can tell, my voice is doing a lot better and we are back together again. I'm loving all of that. Today's a video about my favorite subject, and any of you can probably guess what's my favorite subject ever. You. That's right. This video, again, as many of my videos, are about you. In this case, I'm going to call it the investor, okay? Crypto investor. Let's backtrack. You and I probably come from different eras, okay? You are probably younger than I am, and many of you are probably, some of you are my age or older. But let me just explain to you the way investing always used to go. This I'm talking about way back in the day. I first started investing in, believe it or not, Stone Ages. Yeah, I don't even think the wheels were round yet. So that was an era of, well, you didn't buy anything unless you bought it through a broker, A, number one. B, number two, you didn't have any clue what to buy. Isn't it so novel of an idea that Mr. Warren Buffett came up with the idea, well, I'm going to buy McDonald's. Well, why? Because I eat there. That's how investing was done way back when, in the day. Well, you and I have had the blessings and the great fortitude of understanding what we're purchasing now, times 1,000 compared to what we used to. But you and I understand this big word, not a big word, important word called network effect. You and I now understand the network effect of a McDonald's franchise, of a cell phone era, of a Wi-Fi system, of a Uber system. All of these protocols, if you will, have come along in our lifetimes and just, okay, it reaches about 10 to 15% saturation and goes straight up. That's what crypto is and going to be going forward. And we know this. I know there's Mr. Gensler and all these other people trying to slow it down. That's all they're trying to do, people. They're trying to get their foot in the door. They're trying to get a little scratch on the side. They're trying to get a little commission here. They're trying to make sure they're relevant. They're trying to tell you how important they are by throwing people into court. And somebody gave them permission to throw people into court. I don't understand. It doesn't make any damn sense to me, because those people are holding back technology and the prosperity of man. And it's intentional. And innovation should be on the tip of every tongue of every politician and every person in the SEC. And instead, their words are regulation to help the little guy. However, for the very first time, oddly enough, in the history of all mankind, the little guy is in early. That's you and I. That's why the video is about you. We're in early, and that's not cool with them for some reason. How is it that he's out every time you ask him about is Ethereum a security or not, he answers it, well, we're here to protect the little guy. Except for the first time in the history of all mankind, the little guy has purchased this thing before the SEC even knew what it was. And then the little guy is about to prosper on this thing. Instead of, we don't need his protection, we're looking for the prosperity of it. Get the damn out of the way, fool out of the way, we could actually prosper. What a concept. How is it that those people get paid for a living? It's beyond me. Not here to just bash on that individual or that system. I'm here to tell you that you are smarter than you've been told. And now I'm going to get into this. Is my voice a little bit better, man? Whew, I'm just feeling so much better today. It's a lovely thing. You and I are now researchers. We're studiers. As many of you know, I just spent the hours in Vegas, and it was unbelievable the amount of people that came up to me with incredible questions, in which, you know, I looked around the room like, me? You want to ask that hard question to me? I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, I'm not Quincy Jones here, man. Like, you know, when he talks, I get about 3/4 of it. Like that other 25% is like, yeah, that expands me and who we are. That's what I'm talking about. The research that you've done, the knowledge you have, the channels you check into, the up-to-date news channels that you're involved in, all the protocol, all the code, all the people who wrote it, all their meetings and conventions are recorded. You know more about Ripple and XRP than people that worked at Boeing who bought Boeing stock. I want you to think about that. Do you understand the relevance that I'm trying to go with here? There was a time when people bought stocks because they were told to. That era is done. People now buy, and this is why they only buy Tesla and such other things, because you can actually investigate, because he's fairly public with what he's doing, fairly. But there's nothing more public than what Ripple's doing. There's nothing more public, well, except for the NDAs and whatnot, but there's nothing more hours of, if not hundreds of hours of every single day, you can get perspectives like the perspectives you get on this channel and the daily news that you get on all the other channels about what's going on, what happened, what breaking news, what bank, what 50 countries, what 200 different banking franchises or institutions are now going to be working on the ISO ledger. When you start understanding what it is you know and the research that you've done as a, and why they can not call you and I an accredited investor is beyond me, because you know more than you think you do. I know it's an era of research, and it's an era of all of us trying to figure out, hey, what do we own and where's the ball going, which is, I love this space for that. The young, brilliant minds in the industry and the inquisitive elder people like myself who are constantly sharing what we know and the wisdom of the day, old days, and how it's going to affect tomorrow's investments. How we've seen this equation before. I've seen it happen. I've seen the way it unfolds, and I see the way it continues. Okay, that product really took off, and that product worked. And why did it work? Why do I reflect back on this product and say, wow, look what Uber did, you know? And then it turned into Uber Eats and all the rest of it. Look how these products roll out. And then when they hit mainstream, this one's a little different. Now this ISO and all this banking that's going on with in particular with crypto and that backside with Ripple and XRP is a little bit different because it's highly regulated. Nothing moves slower than banking institutions, as we've gone over before. But the difference is you know all the moving parts before the parts are even put into service. Do you know what you know? What kind of statement was that, Allan? Wow, do you know what you know? Huh, that's pretty deep. How is it that you know all of this and the banks don't? I have my buddy Ron, fantastic man, his lovely wife Kat. He went through a banking situation where he was trying to buy a piece of property and he wanted to sell 50,000 XRP and his banker wouldn't take it, wouldn't accept it. I don't know where those funds came from. What are those funds? How did they come here? What wallet did they come from? What do you mean a wallet? Is it a wallet? Where's your billfold? That's how far ahead you are in knowledge. Do you understand? You are the future of knowledge of the future banking systems. You're the expertise in the room. You know more about this stuff than any of those people, than anybody in Wall Street. They know it as an investment, the strategy, tactic. You know the product. You know who the product deals with, what they're talking about, what doors they opened. Do you understand what you know? There was a time, not long ago, by the way, 10, 15, 20 years ago, only the business executives in the room, only the Brad Garlinghouses knew what they were going to do next with Ripple. and XRP coins. You know that now. You're on the cutting edge. Just stop and think about the fact that the CEO of Ripple is at a convention for 3 nights with the people. I'm sorry that didn't happen before. I mean, there was Joe Sixpack, me, standing there talking to these people. And they're not like, oh, well, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. Who are you? Who are you again? Where's your credentials? There was none of that. This is a different era, my friends. You are the investor. You are the future of this investment. Your ability to research in the legend, Sean, my man, okay? You're going to be seeing some interviews with him, guys. He's going to be a regular on my show. The legend, Sean, he lives for digging up data about XRP. That's his sole purpose in life. Well, he throws in some concerts and, throws back a beer or 3. But if you stop and think, when has that ever happened? When has a man who's just everyday normal guy like you and myself been privy to the information? It's the information era. It's the network. It is the internet allowing you to be what I would call a venture capital level knowledge of a product, or higher than that. You're not just the money. You're not just the investor. You're the knowledge base. Do you understand that? And then I get really tired, as you do, of hearing people tell me, oh, well, you guys are just stupid for buying those coins. Why? I don't understand it. Why would you? Do they have any idea how much homework you've done? The passion that you've put into this thing? It's unbelievable to me. I talk to people at that chat. I see it in your comments. I call some of you people. It's just amazing. It's like, wow, where'd you come up with that idea? Well, I got it from this piece of paper and that guy and this guy, this online chat group and whatever it was. Boom, 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 boom. And I put 3 and 3 together and I just came up with 6 and then I came up with 12. And the next thing I know, man, I'm here. What do you think about that concept? I think it's money. I think you nailed it. That's the family we have. Do you know the knowledge being shared amongst us all? This is brilliant, people. You are part of a movement, okay? That not only can it not fail, okay? Because it's just far too many investors for it to fail. But let's just start there. You're talking about, in particular with XRP, you're looking at a top 10 coin, top 6, I believe it is now, 6, 7, bounces around. That is an investment level that you're in that will never be surpassed. You know what I mean? You'll never see an opportunity like that one again. Now, never's a long time. Maybe that's a little long outside, but it's going to be a long time, guys. When you revolutionize and change the entire banking system and the way they're planning to do, and the way the documents I read and the documents you've read and the knowledge that we've shared amongst each other within the family, I refuse to call it an army any longer. It's a family, and this family is sharing this wisdom with each other. And we have, what did I hear, 50 million wallets or something like that? And you and I are in this together. What? Are you selling your coins? I'm not. I'm buying more, right? I'm DCA. I can't even believe this thing's 50 cents. Now, again, I'm not a cheerleader. I just told you why I'm an investor in this. Investors do research. Investors know the numbers. Investors know who the parent companies are talking to, the deals they've signed, the nations they've signed deals with, the hundreds of banks in which they have signed contracts, the 500 different NDAs that we know exist. Why on God's green earth would a company like Ripple have an NDA with a company if it wasn't important? If it was just a meme coin and it's just going to go to zero one day. You see the absurdity of that. You see that not only are you knowledgeable, not only are you learning more and more each and every single day, and you soak up this information, it just amazes me. People are coming up to me quoting stuff that I said 2 months ago, and it's like, wow, I love this space. You people get it. I thought I was the nerdy, geeky guy that wanted to know about all this stuff, and it's just like you guys are there with, many of you are way out ahead of me on this. Way out ahead of me. I just love it. I absolutely love it. I just had to share because people still come to me and they say, well, are you sure, Allan? Do you think this is really what we should own? And how many should I sell? And like, I don't know, I'm a little worried right now. Or there's times ahead that might be dark. And, you know, like, well, if you can't make your mortgage payment, yeah, you should sell some. But if you can make your mortgage payment, you should maybe think about keeping as many as you possibly can because of all the reasons I just told you. Don't lose your confidence. Understand more about what you own. And if you're the person that's fairly new to this channel or other channels in the XRP space, do yourself a favor and dig around and learn and educate yourself, which many of you in this channel are already way out ahead of just being a beginner, obviously. But the beginners, you stay in there, it'll click. One day you'll wake up and you're just like, wow. I'm selling most of my other meme coins and I'm buying XRP. And that will hit you one day and you'll get it because of the fine amount of research, an amazing amount of content that other channels beyond this one have put out there that have brilliant content in them. And with that, I hope you guys got something from that. I'm going to try and keep this one a little shorter. Please like and subscribe. I plan on doing many, many more of these videos because my passion is your passion. And we share that passion together. And if the both of us have this incredible passion with 50 million other people and 50 million other wallets, I can only imagine where our future might be just a little bit brighter than today. All right, guys. With that, I am out. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I know. He wore a wrinkled shirt again. I know. And then you're acting like, you know, you've never worn a wrinkled shirt. Really? Come on. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because, I'm not buying any of that. What's that you said? Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Oh, you're absolutely right. I know. You're not stupid enough to wear one on a video, are you? Right. Only an idiot would do something like that. Right? Yeah. No, I get it. Well, you certainly got me there. Well, you've convinced me. Only idiots wear wrinkled shirts on YouTube channels. Love y'all.